You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, we are just keeping the foot on the gas. We've got just tons of momentum here as so many of you guys and myself head into the fall season as we record this podcast real time. I got another great guest interview lined up for you guys. I love getting so many of you guys on the show. By the way, if you ever want to be on the show, shoot me a DM on Instagram, shoot me an email, give me a couple paragraphs, tell me your life story, and we'll see if it makes sense to be a guest on the show. A little vetting process there, but nonetheless, been able to conversate back and forth on Instagram DM with my friend Will here. So, Will, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing great, man. It's we're actually recording this on the weekend, and appreciate you taking time off out of family time, if you will. You guys are like on vacation, or you're going somewhere by Lake Placid? What was all that about?
Yeah, actually, in Lake Placid right now here at Whiteface Mountain, just hanging out and going to Oktoberfest.
Okay, there you go. Sounds like a good time. Great time to enjoy the fall festivities and get to hang out. Sometime in the next week or two, Liz and I need to go do a little fall color tour up here in Michigan. So beautiful time of year. Will, really quick, what's your favorite season? Spring, summer, fall, winter? What's your favorite?
My favorite is the spring. I know not too many people, like the spring rush, but I like it. It goes by quick, and I like, how, the grass comes and, get out mowing really quick and stuff like that.
Make that money. So,
yep, absolutely.
I like spring too, because around here it takes, after winter, February, March, everything's like dormant, dead, brown, yellow. It's like kind of depressing, to be honest with you. And so, down in Florida, they have no idea what we're talking about because it's beautiful year round. But in the Midwest, everything looks like just muddy and dirty from the snow in the winter. And spring, like March, April, those first grass shoots start popping up and everything greens up. I agree. It takes your attitude from like depressed and like stuck indoors to like, the Midwest isn't that bad. We can go outside and enjoy ourselves, So,
absolutely.
I'm sure that's pretty true all the way across over where you guys are at in New York. So, well, really quick, I loved, hearing your whole story today. We're going to be spending some time on your business, everything that you got going on. Not to gloss over it, but really quick, give me your vitals, give me your stats. We kind of call it on the podcast. Give me your full name, not your address. I'm signing up new customers all the time, and I'm like, I need your name, address, email, And so maybe leave your email and your address off of this podcast, but I'm just saying, give us your full name, your business's name, where you're located, and we'll kind of get into it, brother.
Yeah, so my name is Will Leroy. I'm the owner of Leroy Property Service. I live in Malone, New York, and that is in upstate New York, very close to the Canadian border.
Okay. And then how old are you, by the way?
I am 18 years old.
There you go. And so you now, have you been out of high school just since the spring, or what's the story there?
Yeah, I graduated this year in June.
Dude, okay, awesome, good for you, man. So now, are you going the college route? Are you full time, or what's your story there?
I'm not going to college. I'm going to go the full time route in this right now, and kind of see how it goes. I love the industry, and I think it's really cool.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, good for you, man. Well, we're going to be talking a lot about your business. I'm going to get the lay of the lane here and see what you got going on. I love getting you young bucks on the show. I get guests from 14, 15 to 18 to 20s, and of course the dinosaurs, the guys that are over 30. You know what I mean, Will? So, and it's just fun getting different perspectives on everybody putting their business together. So, if you guys are younger and you guys are excited about putting your hustle together, starting a company on your own, Will's going to be sharing a little bit more about how he's been able to do that. So let's hang tight really quick. We're going to hear from today's show sponsors and announcements, and then we're going to come right on back.
Lawns, landscaping, and outdoor awesomeness, that's what your business does best. Managing your vehicles and optimizing efficiency with the latest technology is what we do best. GPS Track It provides a 24/7 view of where your company vehicles are and how efficiently they're operating, saving you time and money. With more than 12,000 customers, GPS Track It has delivered peace of mind for lawn and landscaping companies for 20 years. Ready to protect your vehicles and save money? Talk with one of our fleet advisors. There's no pressure, no hassles. Call 833-385-0252 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to learn more. Those details are in the show notes. GPS Track It. Entrepreneur Academy Live is back and better than ever. LAL 22 Live. Saturday, November 12th in Novi, Michigan. Join 400 fellow entrepreneurs and learn from some of the best in the industry at this powerful conference that will help you grow your business. Speakers include James Mansky, Mike Andes, Paver Pete, Troy Clogg, Nick Carlson, and Mark Bradley of LMN, just to name a few. Get your ticket now for the early bird price of $197. The price goes up October 10th. Your ticket covers access to the conference, lunch on Saturday, and free admission to the Friday night go-kart races. It's going to be so much fun. We'll see you in Novi, Michigan, Saturday, November 12th. LAL 22 Live. Sponsored by Xmark, Ballard Products, Sure Track, Kelly & Sons Trailers, and Yard Book. Grab your ticket now at l'entrepreneuracademy.com.
All right. Well, guys, let's jump right back into it. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got so many great events coming up this fall. We've got business growth all over the place. We've got Equip Expo coming up, which, by the way, I think Will is going to be going down to Equip. So many great things to talk about. So, Will, really quick, before we jump on into it, let's kind of zoom out really quick, Google Earth style, pinch the map. What does your business look like today? Are you doing mowing? Are you doing landscaping? Tell me a little bit more about your company.
Yeah, so we do everything from like mowing to laying mulch in the spring. I'd like to get into some landscaping, in the future. We do a lot of hedge trimming, tree trimming, stuff like that. But this summer, I mowed and maintained around 40 clients. And this winter, I picked up a new truck and I put a Boss 8.2 DXT on it, and we'll be plowing snow.
Wow. Okay. So now, did you just get started this year, or how did you get started in the green industry?
So when I was 13 years old, my neighbor had asked me if I could take care of her lawn for me. And I really didn't know the first thing about mowing a lawn. So,
sure.
So my dad said that I could borrow his 21-inch Craftsman lawnmower.
Hey,
and
there you go. There you go.
I got started right there when I was 13, and I mowed her lawn that one year, and I absolutely loved it. And, just year after year, clients kept piling up, and, here I am.
Now, do you live in more like rural America, subdivision America? What kind of clients and properties do you guys have over there?
Yeah, so it's pretty rural. We do live in a relatively smaller town, but there are, some neighborhoods that I take care of. Most of the lawns are like a half acre, and then I have some, 2 acre properties that I take care of as well.
Oh, okay. Cool. Now, is it just you, or do you have help right now, or where are you at on all that?
It's me basically running solo right now. I do have some friends that help me out in the spring and the fall when it gets really busy and, there's like a time crunch.
Okay.
But, maybe next year I'd like to hire someone. We'll see how that goes.
For sure. Yeah, makes sense. Where did you see this thing becoming a business? Because if you got started with the good old Craftsman push mower, I think everybody, every neighborhood kid had like the Craftsman mower or their dad's Craftsman lawn tractor, right? So it's like Craftsman just has always been there. By the way, it's just behind the scenes. Did you think, hey, I'm gonna cut grass for a living, or did you think this is a good way to make some side hustle? Where were you at from like 13 to maybe 18, where you are now?
Yeah, so it all kind of started, I was in it like my first year and I did one lawn, and then the following year, it piled to, like 8 or 9 properties. And then the following spring was actually when like COVID hit and everything shut down.
Okay.
And then, like school went remote and everything. And I just had like nothing to do other than to go rake the neighbor's yard and, do stuff like that. So during the COVID, when school was shut down, all my neighbors were after me to do like yard cleanup, spring cleanup. And, I think I gained like 5 or 6 clients, 7, 8 clients that year. So
Okay, that was like 2020 or 2019.
I think that was like 2020, I think.
Okay, well, during all the COVID, nonsense that was going on, which is just wild. It's funny. I did the summer Lawntrepreneur series. I don't know if you guys saw that. Did you happen to check that out, Will?
Yes, I did. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So the young guys that I got to interview, there's about 6 different young studs. They were age 15 to about 18, 19. I think Christian was 20. I just was like, hey, you're 19, right? He's like, I just turned 20. I'm like, dang it! Like, it's supposed to be a teenage series, but I said, well, 19, sure. We'll just roll it back a year. He's like, all right, whatever. But it was really cool. Highlighting these young kids, I call them, across the country. Actually, half dozen of them, or 4 or 5 of them, live local to me, which was really convenient. But they're just making a name for themselves, and a lot of them blew up their business in 2020, 2021 with the pandemic. Because now, did you guys work from, or not work from home, but have school at home or whatever you call it, or I don't know what you guys call it, just Zoom meetings? So were you able to take on more clients and grow? Because that's what I've noticed. A lot of you young guys were able to really add a bunch of clients during that window.
Yeah, during that window, most of the classes were online, and it wasn't like too, demanding, if you will. Like School wasn't like a priority at that time.
Yep.
Or at least for me, it wasn't. So,
sure.
So I was able to really expand my business and, expand to more people and, learn a lot during that time.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So today you have 40 plus accounts. How does your schedule look like? Are you guys mowing Monday through Thursday, doing landscaping here and there? What's a typical week in the life look like for you?
Yeah. So basically I try to mow Monday through Thursday, and then I leave, like Friday to do like some side jobs such as like, mulch installs, tree trimming, and just like miscellaneous stuff.
Okay, cool. Well, let me ask you this. You were excited in the beginning to, probably make some pocket change, have something fun to do. It's a cool business, a cool hobby, trying to learn as you were going. Now you're 18 and you're making a conscious choice to go all in, grow a successful company. What do you like most about the green industry? What excites you? What's something that you're passionate about? Why are you choosing to make this a career?
I just really like to be outside. And, like owning your own business is like fantastic in my opinion. It really gives you like the choice, if someone comes up to you and say, I want you to cut my lawn for like $20, like, no, I don't have to do that.
Right.
I don't have to, report to someone every day, and, I can make my schedule how I want it to be.
I love it. I don't have any notes here, but I'm just thinking out loud. What's some things you've had to cut your teeth on and learn, and maybe something that you struggled with, or maybe something that didn't come natural or easy to you running this small business? What are some of those lessons?
Yeah, definitely knowing your numbers. Like I really had to know my numbers this year, because like this year I basically doubled my business, and you definitely knowing your numbers and knowing how much something costs, and knowing like what I need to make on a job in order to stay profitable.
That's huge. That's really, really huge. I just listened to an episode by Jeremiah Jennings, the Growing Green Landscapes. Have you ever heard of his podcast?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah, he's been cranking out episodes Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. He's got like Marriage Monday, and then usually he'll have like a solo episode and then like a guest episode kind of on Fridays. At least that's what I've kind of noticed. And he had a really good episode just a couple of days ago with Weston Zimmerman of Synced Up. Really, really good podcast episode. I encourage you guys to check out Jeremiah's podcast. I was actually just talking to Jeremiah this morning for about an hour on the phone, and we're just talking Equip. We're talking podcast sponsorship stuff, and he's doing a great job over there down in Alabama. But shout out to Ben Naaman. But in any which way, those guys are doing great over there. So knowing your numbers is huge. Actually, we got a podcast episode coming out talking about some of that here in about a week. I got some exciting new things to announce. But okay, let me shift gears really quick. I want to talk to you about Equip Expo, because when actually we picked up the phone and I was just getting to know you for a quick minute before we jumped into the podcast. You're so excited about going to Equip. You've got so many great things going on there. First off, have you ever been to Equip Expo, or is this your first year?
I have not. This would be my first year going.
Oh, dude, no wonder you're all like jacked up, man. You're all excited.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you've heard the promotions. You've heard everybody promote their code. Everybody's got their schedule. blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you guys haven't registered, promo code Brian saves you 50%. You got until, I think, October 19th, I think, to get your ticket, 50% off. After that, they cut it off and you got to register at the door for $80. For the love of God, I don't care whose code you use. If you can use my code, great, fantastic. But for the love of God, please do not pay $80 at the door. Okay. Like, that's just unacceptable. There's no reason for that. So take 2 seconds, use somebody's link. It'll be in the show notes or in our link tree on Instagram. Go register, get your ticket. Because for real, just timestamp, help you guys out. October, I think 19th is the cutoff. So real quick, Will, you've never been. What's your how did you know about this thing, and why are you going? What are you looking most forward to checking out down there?
Just like, meeting different people that I've been in contact with on like Instagram and, checking out all the booths, equipment. It'd be really cool to attend.
Yeah. Are you driving in or flying in?
I'm flying in.
Okay. Wow. Flying in. All right. So it's like, you're like committed, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think about going down there? Anybody in particular you're looking to check out, or booths or different people?
I definitely want to check out the Skag booth and the Ferris booth, and I'll see a bunch of stuff down there that's real interesting.
That's cool. What got you on board to go down to Equip? Were you just hearing everybody talk about it, or did you see it like in a magazine or publication, or what was your interest level before?
Yeah, I think I saw it on YouTube or even on your podcast, Brian. It's just like, I think it's really cool how everybody in the green industry, tries to help everybody out and, grow a business. I think that's awesome. Dude,
that's really, really cool. Hey, by the way, you were telling me you listen to the podcast regularly, which, by the way, if you want to be a guest on the show, that's kind of the prerequisite. Like, you listen to the show. So, and it's funny, but I have people that have never listened to the show once, and I'm like, well, why would I get you on the podcast? Okay. Like, hello. And you guys are probably scratching your head going, why would you either, Brian? So, before we get started, I said, Will, like you listened to the podcast before, right? And you said, here, what did you say? And this isn't like an ego boost for me. I love hearing the stuff. This makes my heart happy. But what did you say before we started the podcast, what it's done for you?
I said, like, in the past 4 months of this, of the 2022 season, I've learned more on your podcast than I have in my senior year of high school.
Dang, that's awesome. So I'm hoping that's a good thing, because I don't know how much we're all learning anyway our senior year of high school. So what do they call it? Senioritis or whatever. You're like, man, I just want to get out of here, But what's some things that you've learned from my podcast or other people's podcasts? What's some of the stuff that has been really helpful for you?
Mindset's big. Like I said, again, like I know, like you always say, you have to know your numbers, and that's huge. And, if you don't know your numbers, I know you always say it's like the death of 1,000 paper cuts that'll just eat you away every single time. And that's just what's going to bring you down.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, no, amen to that. I mean, that's true. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business or what size your company is, Do you like hearing when people do solo episodes? You like guest interviews, hearing other guests like yourself that are on the show and hearing like their perspective? What's some of your most like your favorite episodes to listen to on a podcast?
I think hearing like the variety of business owners and how each business is unique in its own way, and you have some really great guests that I can learn a lot from. So
yeah. Who's been awesome? Who's been your favorite guest on the show so far?
Yeah, Corey Ballard. I know one of his things, I was listening to the podcast the other day. He's like, you have to be a quitter in your own business, and like you have to find someone to do something that good and then move on. I don't know if Corey said that. Maybe it was Greg Whitstock who said that.
I can see both saying it. They're both high caliber CEOs, and they're both very, very smart people. Yeah. I read that in a book as well. It was be a quitter. That's the role of a CEO, is to be a quitter. Three most powerful words as a CEO is be a quitter. Amen to that, dude. I love getting guys of that caliber on the show. Anytime I can just grab them, put them, get them in a podcast booth, or get them on the show from a phone call, I definitely take that opportunity. Well, let me ask you this really quick. By the way, at Equip Expo, if you guys want to go down to Louisville, Kentucky, it's October 18th through the 21st. I'll be there. So many other great people in the industry will be there. Other social media people will be there. Come meet your favorite person. It's turning into a groupie fest, which is great. Launchpreneur Academy live tickets, by the way. if you guys have been hearing the promotion, the early bird registration, really quick while I got you, is October 9th. So if you guys are coming, get your ticket now because the ticket price is going to go up $50 after October 9th. And thank you so much to all of you guys. Ticket sales have been going wild this week because it's the last week to get them. But really quick, when we hit, before we hit start on the podcast, Will, you were saying that you are going to do the fun run, which I don't know why they call it a fun run. That doesn't make any sense to me, but because that's like an oxymoron to me. But are you going to be running in the Mulligan Mutt Run, whatever they call it, the 5K?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, it starts at like 7 o'clock in the morning, but I'll be there.
Dude, you know we have to get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock to get over there, right? Like,
yeah.
Yep. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Like, so
I don't know. But
have you
pretty cool.
Have you ran before? Are you a runner, or are you just going to wing it?
Yeah, I actually ran cross country in high school, so
okay.
I think I haven't ran much lately, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, like walking 5, 8, 10 miles a day, like we all do with mowing and trimming. That's one thing, right? Like I could carry a rucksack for probably 10 miles. Okay, like because we carry backpack blowers, right? And rucksacks probably like $100 or 100 pounds, but nonetheless. I just like most of you guys, I could walk a steady pace for 30 miles if I had to. Okay, running is not my cup of tea. But I've been training. That means I'm like kind of sticking to and adhering to a schedule of running on my Peloton. It's not been going the best, but I got a couple weeks left, so I'm hoping to get the rust out of the system. I'm not sure if Liz is still running. By the way, she's the one that roped me into this, so we'll see how that goes. Somehow she's able to finagle her way out of it, I think, which is just ridiculous. So are we going to be like running a 25-minute 5K or like the 45-minute 5K? Like, what's your pace here, brother?
I don't know, Brian. It's been a while since I've ran, so I guess time will tell.
Yeah. Well, 18, you guys should still have like infinite cardio. When you get 35 older, like, if my chest gets tight, I'm pulling over and taking a moped to finish this thing. Okay. So I got a lot of life left to live, and I'm not having a heart attack at 35. I eat too much Buffalo Wild Wings. All right. Well, let's do this really quick. Let's shift gears. We'll kind of button it up here in just a quick minute, but where do you see you taking the green industry and your business in the future? You're 18. I'm probably still living at home, I would imagine, just saving money. Yep. Saving overhead. Where do you plan to take this thing over the next 2 to 5 years, man?
Yeah, so right now, I'm mowing right around 40 clients. I'd like to grow this, a little bit bigger, and then maybe, hire some more people so they can run like the mowing. Okay. And then I can slowly transfer into like landscaping, hardscaping, maybe even water features someday. Oh, no kidding. That's pretty cool. So a little bit more of the landscaping projects? Yeah. Do you follow anybody in particular that you like or that piques your interest getting into this kind of stuff? I know like Greg Whitstock, his water features are really cool. I know like, what was his name? You got the Almonds, the Mulders. Yeah. Yeah. Caleb Almond and Andy Mulder. Yeah. They have really stout businesses with hardscaping. That's awesome. Yeah. I follow those guys all the time. Like J Squared Outdoors, Sutton, Scheller, all these different guys. And there's so many, hundreds of other dudes out there, but those guys all seem to be the most genuine and actual like business owner guys. Like there's a lot of creative guys. I wouldn't really follow their business acumen. There's a lot of business only dudes, but their content's a little dry. And like those 4 or 5 guys that I was listening to or watch on Instagram, I should say, put out great content. By the way, if you are an aspiring hardscaper, which it seems like you might be, Will, they're having a hardscaper like breakfast, I think Thursday morning at like 6 o'clock, maybe at like some Cracker Barrel or something like that. So Wednesday morning's the fun run, but if you want to get up again early, I don't know who keeps putting this stuff at 6 in the morning, man. You guys are crazy. Like I get up early, but dude, to be somewhere at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, like during this week is wild. Don't stay out till midnight. Just telling you guys, conserve your energy. But just so you know, Will, did you know about this breakfast that's going on or no? No, I did not know about that, but I'll definitely look into it. Check it out, man. Go to Cracker Barrel, get some biscuits and gravy or some grits, and tell Josh Sutton that he's buying, and I think he's buying for everybody, actually. So he's such a generous guy like that. Isn't that crazy, Will? Yeah, it is. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the best part about Josh Sutton. He makes so much money that he's buying for everybody. When you get there, just tell him Brian said so, okay? Okay.
The inmates are in charge of the prison. I can say anything on this thing, and it's wild, man. And 10,000 people listen to it, and it's just ridiculous. It's just literally ridiculous. Thank you to all you guys that listen in. And Josh Sutton, I he better be good for his word. He's a man of integrity, so he better be mine for everybody. Okay, Will? So, all right. I cracked myself up. Mr. Producer will probably edit myself out of this whole podcast. All right. Well, really quick here, man. We'll button this thing up. As you continue to grow things, I'm really excited for you, man. Honestly, I've been able to catch up with you back and forth on Instagram, and we're becoming friends. There's so many of you guys that are out there that are awesome, and no lie, no joke, no hype. I really enjoy getting you guys on the show. You guys are always excited, always kicking buttons and taking names. I know there's hard days. I know there's late days. There's rain days. There's garbage days. There's equipment failure days. I get it. But nonetheless, like, you can just hear the excitement about you young guys that are running a business of your own, and just making a name for yourself. And you guys want to take life, by the horns, if you will. Well, really quick, let's button up with that. What's the most exciting part about, being an entrepreneur for you? You're 18. What does success look like for you at the end of the day?
I don't know. I said this before, like just owning your own business and, building something at the end of the day. Like, when I got started, when I was like 13 years old, there's absolutely no way I thought, I'd be where I am today. And it's like, you grow way quicker than you think, if you put your heart and soul into it, it's definitely possible. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. One day at 25, 30, 35, you're going to turn around, look back and see the dump trucks, the enclosed trailer, the couple guys, a couple crews, and maybe an office or a shop or wherever you want to take it. And just know that you built this thing from the ground up. Nobody gave it to you. Amen. Yep,
for sure.
That's awesome, man. That is very rewarding. There's something about having purpose out there. There's something about building something, contributing, that really feels accomplishing. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I'm right there with you, man. It does feel good. So keep the hammer down, man. Where can we'll button this thing up right here? Where can people find you if they want to follow along or reach out, or maybe if they bump into you at Equip Expo? Where can people find you, man?
Yep, you can find me on Instagram at Leroy Property Service.
Leroy, Leroy Property Services. Yep. Awesome. Awesome, man. We'll button it up right here, man. Thanks again for taking time out of your weekend. Go enjoy Oktoberfest and Lake Placid. Make good choices over there, and don't get into any trouble. And we'll definitely see you down at Equip Expo. All right, brother?
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Brian.
You bet, man. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for listening to this episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. We super appreciate you guys listening to me be a dork on the episode for a half hour, getting to nerd out with you guys, talking shop, talking lawnmowers. It's all about lawns, lessons, life. The podcast drops Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you guys want to make sure you're up to date and always get the newest episode downloaded to your phone, in the top right corner, this is new. I didn't know this was a couple months ago, maybe a year ago they did this, but that shows how sharp I am, sharp as a marble. Hit the plus sign. There's that plus sign. It's the follow button, and that makes sure that when we drop a new episode, it's downloaded onto your phone, 7 a.m. And that way, when you crank the mower open and start it up, it's able to have your podcast ready to go. It's already downloaded. Sometimes Wi-Fi is in and out, or your 4G, is in and out. Your 5G is in and out. But that way, you already know that you got it downloaded when you do have your Wi-Fi and your phone's connected to the internet. That way, when you guys are out mowing, you can listen to something motivating, something encouraging, something uplifting versus just garbage on the radio or on the internet. All right. So guys, thank you so much for listening in, and we look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
Lawns, landscaping, and outdoor awesomeness. That's what your business does best. Managing your vehicles and optimizing efficiency with the latest technology is what we do best. GPS Track It provides a 24/7 view of where your company vehicles are and how efficiently they're operating, saving you time and money. With more than 12,000 customers, GPS Track It has delivered peace of mind for lawn and landscaping companies for 20 years. Ready to protect your vehicles and save money? Talk with one of our fleet advisors. There's no pressure, no hassles. Call 833-385-0252 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to learn more. Those details are in the show notes. GPS Track It.
Ready to charge up your business and take it to the next level? Well, plug in and join us for Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2022. Don't miss this electrifying opportunity to hear from our top industry professionals. Get powered up in this high-energy atmosphere, learning trade industry knowledge and ways to level up your thinking. This high-energy teaching and networking event is full of motivational information, giveaways, and trade industry secrets. Take charge and register now for the industry's largest training event of the year, L'Entrepreneur Academy Live 2022.
All around, it's just a great experience.
I didn't realize how important that LAL is.
You get more than you spend at for a 4-year degree.
Man, I can't wait. This has been a great event, and I will definitely be back next year.
Take charge and register now.
L'Entrepreneur Academy Live is Saturday, November 12th in Novi, Michigan. Get your ticket now for the early bird price of $197. The price goes up October 10th, and the link to register is in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.